Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today we have got this great collection of Moonstone cutting dies to show you. They make these beautiful edged cards and wonderful little flaps and borders. I can't wait to show you what I did with them, so come play with us.
5, 4, 3, 2.
So this first die is called the Delicate Doily Gatefold, okay? And this is one of the ways that you can use it. This is how it works. It actually makes the card because it doesn't have a cut line right here. So you would just place this. I used a 6x6 card, okay? 6x6 cards and envelopes from Hunky Dory. And I just placed it right on the fold edge, ran it through my machine. This one is actually, gosh, you know what? I did not measure this. Let's measure it. This one is upside down, Lene. This is 6 inches wide, yes. So this will go through any 6-inch wide platform. Okay, so you can go through this way. And it makes this beautiful lacy edge. So what I did with this card is I used a lacy coral paper pack from hot off the press with these beautiful peaches and browns. And what I did was I wanted to make sure that this card functioned like a normal card and had kind of this flap going on so I could write things in it. So I just cut a piece of the lacy coral paper to 6x6 and then just glued it, just placed it here and glued it just along that top edge right there. So now it has this nice little flap, and I like that this is left open. Just adds just layers, which I thought was really neat. I also added some of the borders. There's one here, here, and then inside there's 2 overlapping. Okay, there's a light one and then a dark one. And that is from the lace trim selection, and that has 5 different pieces in it. Okay, and some of them also don't have that cut edge at the top, so you can make a full card out of it or just add a little border along the edge. So these 2 right here work that way, and then these 2 these 3 are rather more traditional ones. Okay, so I'll show you how those work as well. Here is a card where I just cut off this lace piece. In fact, here it is. Cut this piece right off, and then I used our new collection here, Lilacs in Bloom. So I used the Lilacs in Bloom cardstock to actually die cut the doily, and then used my paper here and also a die cut from the 31 die cuts here. Okay, and then what I did was, use a 6x6 paper for this one. I forgot that I used the 6x6. So this paper pack, just pretend it's shrunk down. Instead of 12x12, it's a 6x6. And I did that because I wanted to get that lilac border in that's just miniature. It's shrunk down to 6x6 size. And then place that doily right there. And then I actually wrapped the card with a piece of ribbon. This is from the 1/8 inch ribbon collection. I used a piece of purple there. And then I took 2 of the cutting dies from this selection and layered them with foam tape, and then put a little bit of this cute little, this is twilight color. It's a nice lavender pixie petals. And I've glued one right here and right here. So another way to use that. On this one, this is a border. There we go. And this one looks like this. Okay, so I took one of those borders that doesn't have, oops, that cutting edge at the top. I grabbed this one. It's fighting me. Okay, and so this one, I had cut this card down. This card was originally 6.5 by 5 inches wide, so I cut it down to 6 inches wide so that it would go through my machine, my 6-inch wide platform easily. And then it's got this wonderful lacy, ruffly edge. So that's how that worked. Then I just took some from the 6x6 gingham #1 papers, the really wonderful black gingham check there, glued that on, and then used from the Nesting Dies lace hearts. I did a black heart and a little white heart. Show you how these work. You get a whole wonderful collection of these hearts. I used this one and that one right there. And then I also used some red glitter Jewel Dazzle stickers. And I just took my little pokey tool, that's exactly what it's called, and I just lifted each one of these up like that, and I just placed that along that lace, and I also placed them right around the edge there. Now, you could use red glitter glue to do that and just do little dots, and that's a perfectly nice way to do that. I use glitter glue all the time, but then you have to wait for it to dry. So this gets that same look. It's very fast, and placement is easy if you're using maybe an X-Acto knife, or we have a great retractable craft knife to use that works as well, to take those and place those easily. And then we've also got a little black Tiny Words and Phrases Dazzle sticker there, and then some red stitched ribbon that came from the red ribbon set. And then there's this strip right here of red Dazzle, and what I did was, I was kind of tricky here, I just took a strip of this and I put this whole thing in my paper cutter, and I just sliced about a 1/8 inch strip right from that edge there. So I figure I've got two edges, one here and one here, that I could utilize. So I just put that right there on that seam. So this could be a great Valentine card, or you could change up the colors from the gingham. There's purple, and there's navy blue, green, yellow, and red. So it doesn't have to be for Valentine's at all. It could be for any time of year. All right, so let's see what else we've got. I wanted to make sure and tell you guys about the great money saver we have on this while I find my other things. We've got a great money saver on it. So if you're watching us on our home page, on our webisode page, it's to the right hand side. And if you're watching us on YouTube, check below the description box for that money saver link. Here I wanted to show you, just kind of build a card here, and I used the blue Persuasion paper pack from Hot Off the Press, which I love, and the coordinating cardstock. So I took a 6-inch wide card. Here's the fold. This is how it started out. And I opened it up and I placed this lace trim, turned that over, placed it on this side, ran it through my machine, okay? This is 6 inches wide, so it went through very easily. Removed that, turned it over, placed it this side. I should mention I really like using the Hunky Dory low tack tape to attach these when they're going through the machine so they don't slide. There's nothing worse than getting it all the way through. It cuts perfectly and that it's slid a little bit, and so make sure you secure those. So now I've got these two ends like this, and what I did was I just folded each one to the center to make a gatefold. This particular card right here, this one is called, this die is the Delicate Doily Gatefold, and you could as well do a gatefold on this one, but your card would have to be quite large. So that's why I didn't utilize that today. In the UK, they don't mind doing much larger cards, but here in America, we tend to try to, it costs more money to post really large cards. So I didn't do the gatefold on that one, but I did show you a couple of different ways that you can use it without it being a gatefold. All right, so here we've got this, and I've got our little strip of paper here that I'm going to be using from the blue Persuasion. I've also got my Cosmic Shimmer glue. Really hoping that this isn't clogged up. I think it is. Come on. Another reason to use that little pokey tool. There we go. So I'm just going to be putting dots up and down here. Okay, and this is just about a 1-inch wide strip of paper. I like to just trim that even with the card. go. So that was 12 inches, so I could easily cover both sides of my 6-inch card with that. All right, so there we have that part. Now the inside part, I went and used some of my coordinating cardstock again, and the little greeting there that I've foam taped and already put on there also comes in the paper pack. Okay, so I'm just doing this to cover up that seam, that fold that's down through the center there. Okay, so that's going to work just fine. And now I've got my cute little heart from the heart dies, and I've got a strip of 12-inch wide navy blue cardstock from the coordinating cardstock. I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to have pre-folded this, but I'm going to wrap this around my card. I'm going to put a couple of dots of glue there to keep it in place. That's going to be our little closure for the card. Got some foam tape on the back here. Place that right on the center. And then I've got a cute little flower I can add. This flower is from, I'm just misplacing stuff like crazy today. Anyway, this is from the Cloud, it's right here. This is from the Cloud collection from 49 and Market, and I love the different sizes of flowers. There we go. Just wait for that to attach. And then we can take a cute little piece of ribbon from our 1/8 inch ribbon set. I'm just going to use some of the white. Just going to tie a little shoestring bow just like you would tie your shoes. Always manipulate those bows, never take the first tie that it gives you, because you can always manipulate that. And I'm just going to tuck that right under there. So the knot is sort of hidden. There we go. All right, so this closure will be able to move up and down. I don't want to move it too much because of my bow. Anyway, you can use this to just remove it and then open the card that way. All right, so I've already told you about the Great Money Saver, so make sure you check that out. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.